It's Monday, and I missed last week's Lolita problems video. Sorry about that. I just had a bunch of like family stuff going on, along with like my camera wasn't working for some reason. Changed the batteries and now it is, so I guess it was that. But anyway, I just couldn't get a video out on Friday, so I'm doing it today. So again, it's Monday, and today's Lolita problems video is about me and my experience with Lolita in college and how that works. So as you guys know from my videos, I don't really wear Lolita like all the time. It's really more of a like sometimes thing for me. I really love the fashion and whatnot. It's just the climate where I live or my transportation stuff get in the way, or what I'm doing in college get in the way of wearing it. So the way I have it set up currently is I wear it on days when I'm going to be driven to and from school, and when I am not really doing anything that would be not suitable for wearing Lolita. Like I usually wear it on Mondays when I have like art critique days, because those are days when I won't be getting like the art materials on what I'm wearing or on me in general. So yeah, or I just wear it whenever I feel like it, because that usually just happens. Alright, so the first time I did wear Lolita this semester, because I'm not going to go through last semester Lolita, I talked about my experience with that a bit in my You Go Lolita video. So if you want to go check that out and then compare and contrast with this video, you can do that. So this semester, the first time I wore Lolita to college was I was wearing this sort of classic country cord, I guess. Not really sure. As you know, when you get into like the sub genres of Lolita, it gets kind of weird, and I don't really know what defines it or not. Based off the like the main theory, it was classic. So yeah, I just kind of wore it because it was actually somewhat warmer that day. I actually could wear something without having my arms completely covered. And I have been wanting to wear it because I was thinking about it like for the past week. And I was like, oh my god, I just came up with this brilliant cord and I have nowhere to wear it to. So I was like, oh, I have an art critique day coming up, I might as well wear it then. And I got some pretty interesting reactions that day. First off, a lot of people recognize Lolita, like the silhouette and whatnot. And someone actually asked me if I was wearing classic or country Lolita, which to that I just replied classic, because I honestly don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm a bad Lolita for saying that, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know. So then a lot of other people thought it was really cute. Someone I went to high school with who was in my class thought it was really adorable. That she couldn't pull it off, but she thought it looked really cute on me. And a lot of positive reactions in general. My professor was kind of the only one who kind of looked at me like, I'm so confused. What is this strange new art form of clothing? And then, like, when I didn't have class, I didn't get any compliments, but didn't get any, like, insults or anything either. People just kind of stared at me, kind of confused, maybe didn't understand what it was, maybe thought it was cute, I don't know. No one came up to me to tell me. But in my English class, I got some sort of reactions. I mean, when I walked in, the girl that sits behind me, who, from what I've overheard her talk about with, like, the guy that sits behind her, who's a big dick, excuse my language, she doesn't like women. She hates women. I don't know why. I don't know why she hates women. She's going into the military, so good for her. I hope she knows that the majority of women in the US military get raped, and then their upper officers don't care. So good luck to her for that. But when I walked in, she just sort of gave me like this face, like, I was like the most like, horrifyingly feminine thing she could possibly imagine. And it was like her worst nightmare coming true or something. So I thought it was pretty funny because I really like Lolita. I like how it looks. I have no problem with femininity and masculinity, like anything. So I got kind of a kick out of like how this person was so completely offended by me like representing everything about the female sex that she hates. I got a kick out of it. Most of the time though, I would probably like punch her in the face. It's kind of annoying when people do that. Anyway, so there was that, and the guy that sits next to me in my English class, if you guys follow my Tumblr, no, he looks like Keely from The Hobbit, which is very interesting. So when he came in, he kind of looked at me like, okay, well, what's going on? I need an explanation for this. And he meant it in a really charming way. Cause he compliments my outfits most of the time. It's just, I hadn't worn Lolita before, and most of my stuff is like really casual or like hipstery, I guess. I would say more like casual Maury meets hipster or something. I don't know. I can't explain my fashion choices. Anyway, so he needed something to bridge that gap, which is understandable. So I explained it to him, and he thought it was cool, and he liked it. He's complimented me before and said that he really likes the way I dress. So props to him. Very open-minded. That's cool. Other times I've worn Lolita, like on Valentine's Day. I said I was going to be riding the bus home, but my mom decided she wanted to pick me up because she was afraid of like what might happen. Because it was Valentine's Day and there are cuckoos in the world that don't know how to like keep their genitalia to themselves. So she picked me up. So unfortunately I can't see like how anything like riding the bus or standing outside and stuff like that is. Though I did once go to the mall to meet up with a friend when I was wearing Lolita. And I can say little kids love Lolita. Like, the majority of little kids love Lolita. Like, even when I was in Napa and wore it, I had kids, like, left and right, like, saying, "Mommy, it's a princess!" Like, "Oh my god, I like her outfit!" And stuff like that. And I've had a lot of old people really like it, too. Like, when I was in Napa and when I was at the mall. Like, old people, little kids love Lolita. From my generalized study that I've done that's not scientific at all. But surprisingly, most of the trouble, like, or weird stares and stuff I get are from, like, not old people, teenagers. Like, I don't know, people around my age just, I guess, they're confused and don't know what it is, and they don't know how to react to it. That's, I guess, what I'm getting. That's what I get from it. So, yeah. I mean, if you're comfortable wearing Lolita, in general, you'll be comfortable wearing Lolita anywhere. So, I mean, at least I was. That's my experience with it. Anyway, back to college. So, yeah, when I was wearing Lolita for Valentine's Day, actually my English professor recognized it, though she called it a costume and said it was called Harajuku. So she was clearly confused, and I later explained it to her with a guy that's been to Harajuku, and so I think she kind of gets it now. That it's Japanese street fashion from Harajuku. Not called Harajuku, and not a costume. So, yeah, that was interesting. So needless to say, I'm pretty sure she gets it now. And the other people in my class, I didn't really get any comments from. Just the guy that sat next to me was kind of used to it after the one other time, and the girl behind me was so kind of like about it, which was amusing once again. It was kind of just like, someone's really offended by the choices other people are making. I think the problem is not me, but her. You know, that sort of thing. And then the most recent time I wore Lolita, which is like my favorite cord I've worn this year actually, was like It was last week? No, yeah, it was last week. Sorry, I'm kind of like right now. Yeah, last Monday, I should remember that. I weren't because it was an art critique day, and we were finishing up our project. And I got a lot of compliments that day, which made me really happy because I was really proud of that coordinate, which you can go on Tumblr and see. It's really cute. I'll put a link to it because I'm really proud of this coord and I want the world to see it, even though it's probably not that great compared to like other people's coordinates. Anyway, so in my art class I got a compliment from our model actually, because apparently her son is a costume cosplay designer, whatnot, and so she goes to like conventions with him, and so she thought it was a cosplay at first, but then I explained it's a Japanese street fashion, and she was really into it. She thought it was really interesting. She said that she likes seeing the different fashions that like the newer generations are getting into, and how like sort of we're spreading out and expanding, and becoming more sort of like not okay with accepting of like other styles and other personalities and whatnot, and just becoming more acceptable in general. She also said that she thought that Lolita really suited me, which I thought was very sweet of her. Other than that, people in my art class again were just like, oh my god, it's too cute. And I was kind of just like, why did I wear so much black today? It's too hot. Yeah, because I thought it was going to be cold, but then it was not. And I had like a cape and a long sleeve shirt and thick black tights, and it did not go over well. But in my English class, I ended up getting more sort of I guess sort of like follow-up compliments to my previous outfit I wore on Valentine's Day. Like we had to get in like stupid little group. I don't know what college does group work. Like what's up with that? Anyway, so we were doing group work, and this guy was like, so you were wearing that last week too, like, are you wearing that like for something or just because? And I'm like, just because. And then like the two girls behind me were like, what is it? And I explained it's a Japanese street fashion and all the other stuff that comes with explaining it. And they're like, oh, it's like, it looks really expensive. Where do you buy it? And after I explained it was a Japanese street fashion, I thought they would get that it's like from Japan, but anyway. So I said, most of my stuff comes from overseas and whatnot. And then it's kind of expensive, but you can get it cheap some places and blah, 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 blah information, right? And then they were like, oh, okay. And so then they were just kind of like really quiet, and then they asked for all my answers for like the work, because they know I know all the stuff in the class. And then they said the answers when we finished our group work and claimed it as their own, which really pissed me off. So I don't like those people now. But needless to say, they were very nice about Lolita, sorta. Other than that, I didn't really get any other like comments that day or anything. I got another weird face from like seemingly misogynistic girl that sits behind me. The guy next to me was kind of used to it. And so yeah, my mom's really used to it too, so she's kind of just like, okay, it's one of these days. So anyway, so yeah, that's kind of like my experience thus far with college and Lolita. I've only worn it 3 times. I'm planning to wear it more often, like next Monday. Next Monday, I'm pointing to like the invisible next week that's somehow over like my left shoulder. And yeah, so I post my coordinates on Tumblr, so if you guys ever go to my Tumblr, I don't know if you do. I know some people do. I get comments sometimes. Anyway, so yeah, if you go on there, I post my coordinates whenever I wear them, usually. Sometimes it's just a selfie of my face. Sometimes it's like a selfie of my whole outfit. So it's a selfie of some kind. Anyway, so if you guys are interested, just wondering, because I like seeing other people's coordinates, so I assume other people like to see other people's coordinates. Anyway, so Yeah, sorry about not getting this out on Friday. It's out this week, and my next video for my next Lolita Problems video, Friday, is gonna be on Lolita and family. So about like how my family feels about Lolita. You know, it's something that like I think a lot of Lolitas have issues with, or they're worried about. You know, like starting out, they're just kind of like, oh no, what's my family going to say about this? Like, what if they don't like it and whatnot? I know Lovely Lord did make a very nice video on her channel about like what to do if your family doesn't accept it, or if you're worried about them not accepting it. So if you're having issues with that, go check out that video. I'll put a link to it, and then you could go ask her on Tumblr because she's really nice about questions and whatnot. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's this Lolita Problems video. Sorry, it's really scatterbrainy. Have had like a really hectic weekend. If you've been on my Tumblr, you know why it's been so hectic. So yeah, sorry about that. And I'll see you guys Friday.